Hey, night students, welcome to astronomy. Here we go. This is Earth Science. What's good? I had to move myself here. I'm on the other side today. We've got something pretty cool. This is Stellarium, Stellarium, and this is the web version here, stellarium-web.org. If you have any interest in astronomy, this is one of the coolest things that you can have. It's awesome. You can see everything, you can learn, you can just look at pretty pictures, you can do anything you want. So I'm just going to show you some of the toolbars, some of the different things. You've got some assignments we'll have through the semester with this. There are also two other assignments that came up today. One is a vocab quiz, quick and easy. The other is the long-term assignment, the moon observation, the lunar observation. There's too much information. Read it carefully, and then get started on that. Okay, but Stellarium today. Here we go. Field of view over here, 120 degrees. Observe. Well, you can observe. This is an option to have things you viewed through a telescope or recorded and documented. Stellarium Web refreshes everything. We can hide that menu there. We can expand that menu and show a couple things. Actually, let's look at one of those real quick. The planets tonight. That's one of the simplest things. Like, wait, what's visible tonight? So when you click on that, the sun, moon, Mercury, it shows you when any of them would be visible on a given night. From high noon, 6 p.m., midnight, 6 a.m., high noon the next day. The rise and set of the planets and how they vary, okay? So that's interesting. Here we go. Let's start with a couple things here. Constellations, constellation art. So that's what we draw the constellations there. The art, some ancient pictures, different interpretations of what's going on. Atmosphere, this you want to keep on because otherwise it's not really that dark, especially around maybe out in the country. But atmosphere says there's lights in different spots. It's not really that good looking landscape. You can pretend that there's no Earth, and if you could look down through the Earth, this is what would be there next. We could turn on the grids. This would be North Pole's pointing there. Here's the equatorial grid. There's the azimuthal grid. You don't want them both on, definitely. Deep sky objects, this is things kind of like this, way, way, way out in the deep sky. You can have them off or on. Night mode. Night mode turns everything red. This is a true hunting, military, just hanging around at night, astronomy. Red light. If you ever have a flashlight or something that's got a red filter on it, the reason is because it does not mess with your night vision. So when you go out at dark, your pupils dilate, and it takes a while to get used to and see all the little bitty dark spots. When you go observing the stars, go outside and get away from the light and then wait a minute and then look up, and you'll see twice as many things as you did when you first walked out. The red light, if you want to look at a map, if you're navigating through the night, if you want to look at the computer screen and see where you're supposed to be looking in the sky, if you've got night mode turned on, this will not cause your pupils to constrict. And then when you look up, you can't see anything again, okay? So night mode, full screen, that's fine. Here's the clock. All right, first of all, ground doesn't look like that. Ground looks like that, and we definitely can't see west and east in the same view. So let's zoom in a little bit. This might be more of what you're used to seeing. So let's just spin around. Look at some pretty pictures. There we go. It does track satellites. You can see how fast they actually move in the sky. That's pretty cool. This is not right now. This is tonight, say, middle of the football game. It's not going to look this dark if you're anywhere near the stadium. All right, you're just an hour into the football game tonight. But let's go. What's really interesting here, watch this, 2020, 1918, 2017. Let's go back to August, and then 21st. And then let's watch this. All right, here we go. We're in the south. It is high noon. No, I'm sorry, it's not high noon. It's 1 o'clock, August 21st, 2017. And I'm just going to hold this right here. What was that? Because it's now 1:30 in the afternoon. What is that? Is any clue? Anybody? Anybody? What else is going on? What was that? Who was there? You were there. That's the solar eclipse. So now we can track the moon and we can watch it. The moon, sun's pretty bright. You can't see, but the moon is also labeled there. There it is. And there's the sun. All right. That was the solar eclipse. You can watch it and fast forward. You can see which way you've got to look. You can do all that. August 21st, 2017. Well, guess what? We've got another one coming up. April 8th, 2024. So you can watch as minutes roll by. The sun moves across the sky, rises in the east, sets in the west, right there. And when that happens, that Venus is going to be huge. Saturn is going to be visible. I'm going to let this go ahead and play in real time. We can tick forward a couple minutes. And then it clears and it goes back. And it's pretty crazy. That's awesome. You can go back in history. You can see awesome things. Pause time, just freeze time, or you can go right back to, hey, this is what it is. This is today. This is right now outside. So right now outside, not super exciting. Let's go to tonight's football game. Sunset, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Here we go. Looking to the south here, Saturn and Jupiter, something you might notice. Go around to the east. Let's push it off a little later, 9 p.m. Well, look at there. I got something for you. I want to see in these settings, you can see the ecliptic. Ecliptic's one of those nice vocab words. What is that red line right there? And why are all these planets on the same line? The ecliptic is the apparent path of the sun through the sky. But remember, the sun's in the middle. So it's really the flat plane. It's the circle that Earth is going to move around so that the sun looks like that. All the planets in the entire solar system are pretty flat on this thing. So the sun, the Earth, the moon, Saturn, everything goes across the sky pretty much on this line. So if I move this hour by hour by hour, the Earth is turning. These aren't turning, right? But you can watch Mars has been visible in the sky for you the last few days. Let's get that out of the way. You can read all these things about Mars that centers it up on it. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can do all these cool things. Let's see what else. We talked about this. You might not be able to see it here. We've got those tools up. Let's see if I do this right here. Can't see it. You can change the city. It doesn't have to be from your location. All right, you can look at this from Hey, there it is. If you don't want to use Jackson, you could move to somewhere in the southern hemisphere even. Let's just head into Rio here. All right, it didn't change. You could change it. It changes the view. That's all right. We need to leave it right there because we've got one more thing. Let's look here. Let's search for some crazy stuff. M81, there's a galaxy. It spins you, puts you north. It kind of shows you where it's at, and then you just scroll and zoom in, and then zoom in, and there is an entire galaxy right there. It's Bode's galaxy. It's spiral. It's here's other nicknames for it because everybody was doing their own observations. And I see this thing, you see this thing. So we've got all these different catalogs. The M blank is the Messier Catalog. NGC is a different catalog. And then the names are from ancient cultures or different cultures. So stars, all sorts of things in the sky have lots and lots of different names. But you can learn all about this thing. You can select on stuff right beside it. There it is. There's that. Hey, we can turn on these deep sky objects and look at stuff that's way, way out there. See, that smudge is actually a thing, and it's crazy. All right. So, got one. All right. So we're in the north. Let's see, a couple other things. Zoom out. There we go. All right. What if I did this right here from the north? Ursa Major, Big Bear. That's the Big Bear, which means which is this is the handle behind that tree right there. Let's get rid of that. Behind that tree right there, there is the Big Dipper, which means these two point to the tail of the Little Dipper. They point to Polaris. That is the North Star. Polaris is the tail of the Little Dipper. Draco the dragon goes all around it and it cuts in between them. This is not the brightest star in the sky. That's people just assume other things about it because it is north. It is true north. Watch this. All these things, we're going to leave that on in the middle of the day. We're going to zoom out even a little bit, and then we're just going to keep clicking hour by hour by hour by hour by hour. It doesn't move. It stays north. So this is tomorrow night, and then the next morning, and then through the day. Now, I'm not zoomed in on the screen square to it. You can see it making little motions. It's north, okay? And you can see the Big Bear, Ursa Major, that makes loops all night, 2 a.m. So during summer and the winter, it's in different positions in the middle of the night. Now that we're in fall, it's going to be in a different spot in the middle of the night. In fact, let's just do that. Let's back up to June and see the difference of where the Big Dipper is at night. There it is in June at night. And then let's switch July, August, September, all of these at 10 o'clock at night. October, right? Where are we at? We can go forward, November, December, January. The motion of the stars is predictable. Every single ancient culture used to know this. We have forgotten so much because we've come inside. It's cataloged. It's here. This program knows it. We individually know very little about this. It's kind of weird. Look, this is an awesome program. There's a quick assignment. I want you to just find a couple things, take some screenshots, show me some stuff. Have fun with this. That's the goal. Have fun with this. Find things, learn things. All right. Have a good day.